I will warn you, as you call in today, we have a 21-year Thanksgiving tradition on the Dave Ramsey Show that when you call in order for me to talk to you, you have to tell me something you're grateful for. What are you thankful for? My friend Zig Ziglar, who passed away about this time last year, used to say you need to have an attitude of gratitude. You need to have something you're thankful for. Did you know that grateful people are extremely attractive? You know what's unattractive? You know what's ugly? Ungrateful people. And you know the interesting thing about that is you can decide right this second. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm grateful. You can just be one of those grateful people starting right now. Ready? Grateful people smile. Grateful people aren't stressed. Grateful people open the door for other people. They have generous hearts. They give. Grateful people don't run hate websites. It's hard to be grateful and hateful. You can't be both at the same time. You really can't. If you have a particular area of your life you're not grateful for, you will become hateful in that area. And you know, the interesting thing about gratitude is not only is it very, very attractive and opens doors for you, because think about who you want to hang out with. When you help someone, maybe you just knew about a guy that was hiring and you knew another guy that was looking for a job, and you said, hey, go over there and talk to George, he's hiring, and the guy gets the job. And when he gets the job because you sent him over there, he's grateful. And he can't believe it. And for 5 years, he tells everybody about how cool you were and how you helped him. He was grateful. You know, the next time that guy needs something, you're going to break your back helping him because he's grateful. It's fun to help grateful people. It's fun to give a lift to, give an encouragement to, connect, help them make money, help them get a job, help them open a business. It's fun to do things for grateful people. When you're grateful, you're attractive. This is an important holiday in this hateful culture we live in, where everybody's decided it's all about them, walking around looking for a chance to be offended about something. Maybe we just need to be saying thank you, giving thanks. Gratefulness is powerful. By the way, there's an interesting correlation here. Kind of been studying this lately. Rachel and I wrote a chapter in her book. How do you create children in this go-go consumerist culture that are content? In a culture where that your happiness is based on the next thing you buy for everyone else, and you're watching television, you're seeing billboards, people hang out at the mall for entertainment. Lord help us. In a culture like that, how do you create children that are content? Rachel and I, we've talked about it and prayed about it a lot as we were writing this book on smart money, smart kids, teaching kids money. We did a whole chapter on content children. Now, I'm not talking about children that aren't ambitious, and I'm not talking about children that aren't working, and I'm not talking about lazy. I'm talking about content. There's a difference, a lot of difference. And I don't know if it's the whole answer, but I can tell you that there's a correlation. Very few content people are ungrateful people. Gratefulness has a tendency to create contentment. It's unusual for someone to be content that's not grateful. And it's unusual for someone that's grateful to not become, in that process, content. I'm grateful for my car. Lord, I'm grateful for this job you gave me. It makes me content in it because I'm grateful for it. When I'm hateful about it, I'm kind of self-centered, selfish, prideful, entitled. It's kind of the opposite. And those are the most discontented people on the planet, have you noticed? Nothing is good enough, ever. Now, there's a difference to be driven to excellence, and man, I'm all about, I've had meetings in my office this morning where I'm driving the lane. Man, I know it's the day before Thanksgiving, but we got stuff to do around here. We're stepping and fetching, and a couple people, we were working on stuff, and I'm like, what the crap you're doing? Get this going here. That's different. That's coaching, and that's saying, hey, go play the game with excellence. Strap on a helmet and hit somebody, baby. This is what it's about. That's different. That's not a lack of contentment. That's excellence and passion. Those things can coexist. But contentment is a state of being in your heart. It's a spiritual experience, and it's tied to your level of gratefulness. It's a great holiday we've got here, Thanksgiving. It's a fabulous holiday. And I'll go ahead and take it one step further. And I mess these things up, by the way. I'm not the teacher here sitting here saying I've got it all figured out. I'm just kind of studying it. And it's also convicting me and saying the guy in the mirror can work on these things. I'm grateful, but because I just tell people all the time, if I wasn't me, I'd want to be me. I mean, really, I got a good life. But and then there's other times I'm not, and I'm hateful. And those are the times I'm discontented and anxious and stressed and worried. And aren't those things tied together? Do you feel that? Does that pass the common sense smell test to you folks? I bet it does. Let's take it one step further backward. If gratefulness creates contentment, or is at least directly tied to it, what creates gratefulness? What's a prerequisite for you to be grateful? This one I'm sure of. Humility. People who are prideful are seldom grateful. People who are humble are usually grateful. Now, humble is not, I'm a worm, I'm a doormat, I'm awful, I'm horrible, I'm never going to be anything. I sing those hymns, I'm a worm, Lord, I'm a worm, Lord. That's not humble, that's stupid, and that's lacking in self-esteem. I'm a king's kid. I'm very happy to be humble and be a king's kid. So humble is not humiliation. Rachel has a great line that she stole from somebody. She says, humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. Not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. You think about others. And you know, the axis of the world really doesn't run through the top of your head. It's not all about you. So when you're prideful, you're seldom grateful, and you're seldom contented. When you have a level of humility, it gives you the ability to be grateful and say thank you, thanksgiving, giving thanks. And that leads you into contentment. That's a financial lesson. That's a financial lesson for Thanksgiving.